Hey all, welcome to Tuesday with Pastor Dan. It's a pleasure to sort of be here with you guys. Um, I've been thinking a lot, and it'll probably be a little bit shorter one today, but something I tell my athletes, and something that has been, I don't know, weighing a little bit more on me is the thought of what I can and can't control. I tell my athletes that, especially high school kids, because there's so much outside of their system of influence, their realm of influence, what is, and how much is influencing their lives. And it's the same as adults. And and I've had this conversation with them and other people is control your controllables is one of my favorite quotes. Control your controllables. What can you control today? You get up, you can control your attitude, you can control your effort, you can control how you interact with one another, and you can control what you get done, or those things. Control your controllables. You can't control when another person comes in and says things. You can't control the weather. You can't control, I drove around giving meals to the farmers yesterday for the deacons, and I realized that's not a game I'd want to play, being a farmer, because, well, you really have to only control your controllables. Plant, control the equipment. Even then, they're all talking about, we had a breakdown, we had this part wore out, this broke. Oh, my friends who are down here had another breakdown right? All that is out of their control because, they've done the stuff with the equipment, but if there's a shoddy part put in, or whatever it may be. So we get all wound up. And that's when we sin, I think, is when we try to step drastically outside of our realm of control and control someone else or something else that's not within it. So we try to force, and then that force becomes a sense of abuse and hardship and struggle, and then it becomes worse for us, and then we delve into the sin of, and I do mean of worry, not of stress or anxiety, or not anxiety, but like really, well, we delve into anxiety too, but we start to worry, and we focus on so much. And Jesus talks about it all the time in Scripture, but do not be afraid and do not worry. Jesus in Matthew says, look at the birds of the air. They have food, they do their thing. How much more does God love you? Look at the lilies and the grass of the field, it's so beautifully clothed. How much more does God do for you and will do for you? Do not worry. You don't add a day to your life by worrying. And when we try to control things outside of what we can control, out of our realm of control, we begin to worry, we begin to stress, and then we become bottled up, and we become anxious and aggressive and scared, and we live a life of scarcity. See, because what's within our bounds of control is to live a life of abundance, to recognize the abundance. Jesus says in that same Matthew, let the evil of the day be sufficient thereunto. Look at the day, figure out what is in the realm of influence and control, and go from there. Control our controllables. It will reduce the stress in the life, and then we can live like Jesus tells us to, out of a mindset of abundance and without worry. May you all be blessed and have a great week.